Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And we are excited to have Christine Gosse back here with us, joining us from Lavender Lane. How is everything?
Great, Jill. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Please say hello to your listeners today and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Christine Gosse. I'm a Reiki master and a physiotherapist, and I'm the owner and founder of Lavender Lane Wellness Center in Waterloo. And we integrate healthcare and holistic wellness.
Perfect. Well, it's exciting to have you here. What's the website?
lavenderlaneptw.ca.
Perfect. And what did you have in store for us today? Let's talk about what you do, because there's so much to you, to all your modalities that you use to help people.
Yes, so I'm a Reiki master. So during my chakra balancing and Reiki sessions, we use crystals, and they're really, really great for boosting positive energy. So I'd like to talk a bit about what each chakra does, and I brought some crystals and things to play with. This weekend on April 23rd, we are going to be actually at a wellness fair live for the first time since the pandemic, right? I'm so excited. That's going to be in Stratford at the Quality Inn from 10 to 4. So if you're in the area, we're only two hours north of Buffalo. Come for a drive. Come see us. And we're going to be offering sessions there at a discounted rate. So we'll be doing chakra balancing. Vanessa, our massage therapist, will be doing acupressure. And Lynn Baribeau, she's our intuitive channel. She'll be doing intuitive card readings. So we're really excited about that. And we're also planning ahead for our own open house wellness day called Spring into Health on May 14th from 10 to 5. And we're going to be doing live sessions, the same intuitive card readings, acupressure, and chakra balancing, but we'll also have an online option for our folks that are not local. And you can just go to our website, lavenderlaneptw.ca, go into online booking, you click on our pictures and just choose the Spring into Health service. It's super easy.
Awesome. Holistic wellness centered, all integrated, providing natural and evidence-based comprehensive care. So self-care, I know we've talked a lot about. I see up there your services. Awesome. Your events are listed, so everyone is well informed for sure. And we've had some great conversations in the past about the work you do. What in particular did you want to focus on for today's show? I don't have any specific notes for today. I hope that's right, since we got the time wrong. Okay.
Oh, no, good. That was a bit of an adventure. It's all good. So I want to talk about chakras, because that's really where I base my chakra balancing and Reiki healing from. Chakras are the energy centers on our body. There's 7 of them plus the ground. And it's where mind, body, and spirit interface. So if there's an imbalance in one, it's going to affect the other. So often physical ailments, diseases, chronic illnesses are actually from an imbalance on the emotional side or the spiritual aspects, or, past lives, things that have been passed down generationally. There's a lot of different things that we can clear out using energy work.
Right? And energy work, and we're talking about Reiki, or how would you call energy work? Is it under
Reiki,
an umbrella
crystal
of
healing? So specifically what I'm talking about is Reiki, crystal healing, and chakra balancing.
Got it.
So we need our chakras to be balanced. We need our bodies to be balanced between heaven and earth, bringing in source energy or white light, and bringing it from heaven, and bringing in the earth energy. We need that to maintain perfect health in mind, body, and spirit.
Perfect. And let me ask you this. You've been doing this for how long? A little bit of your background?
I've been a physiotherapist for 23 years, doing acupuncture for 20, what is it at now? 22. And I've been a Reiki master for 6 years.
Perfect. Wow. So God, there's a lot under your belt. My goodness. So what else in particular? So now crystal healing, I'm not really familiar too much with, to be honest with you. How does that work in general? What type of crystals?
So I integrate, well, actually I integrate crystals into my Reiki practice, into chakra balancing, and then you can also use them, like I have them in my space, to hold positive energy, to take negativity out of a space, and to help ground me. So I can just run through each chakra, kind of give you a quick overview, and then the crystal that goes with it.
Got it.
So if we start at the crown, that is where we connect to the divine, to source, God, creator, universe, whatever you want to call it. That's where we bring in and connect to divine energy. And the crystal for that is a clear quartz. And if you think about white light coming down through a prism, it becomes a rainbow, and that actually mirrors what happens with our chakra coloring. The third eye is right between your eyebrows, and the crystal for that is amethyst, and the color is purple. Amethyst is a beautiful calming crystal, and it really helps to reduce anxiety and help people sleep. I often recommend it for parents to put it beside kids' bedsides to help them sleep, and it helps keep the nightmares away, which is great.
Wow.
Um,
What about
the-
for, I was
sorry,
going to
go ahead.
Is there any crystals to help with stomach pain?
Yes. Can I get there in a couple?
Sure.
Yeah, because there's a couple of different chakras that are involved with that. The next one down is your throat chakra, and the color here is light blue. This is a blue lace agate, one of my favorite stones. The throat chakra is where we are supposed to speak our truths. So in our solar plexus, we know our truth. In our third eye, we see our truth, and we're supposed to speak it. And a lot of women have issues with this. And this is also where we create healthy boundaries. Like, nope, you cannot go that. You can't overstep my boundary and push me around. A lot of women have issues with this in particular, and it can affect your thyroid. The next chakra down is your heart chakra, and there's two different options for this. The color of the chakra is green, which is the color of healing and love and the earth and external relationships. But we can use rose quartz for self-love, which is super important because so many people are struggling with that. You do for everybody else and you don't take care of yourself. So self-care is huge. I have a ton of rose quartz in my bedroom because it just helps to calm and soothe. It's really beautiful.
Wow.
The next chakra down is just below, right where you're in the center of your rib cage, where it comes up together in your stomach. And the color there is yellow. This is citrine, which is great for taking negativity out of every space. It cleanses other crystals. This one is good for stomach pain, because the stomach is where we take negativity in and absorb it, and we don't really want to be doing that. That's really bad for our bodies. The solar plexus is all about our personal power, our gut feeling, and if you don't listen to what your gut is saying when you're trying to make a decision, it's usually the wrong wrong situation. You should really be tuning into your heart and your solar plexus when you're trying to make a decision, and don't use the brain so much, because the ego can take us in the wrong direction.
Got it.
The solar plexus also houses the liver, the gallbladder, and the spleen, which house emotionally anger, resentment, and guilt.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're holding on to a lot of those negative emotions, it can make us really ill.
Yeah.
So by clearing these things out with chakra balancing, Reiki, crystal healing, it can make huge physical changes. It's really fun to watch.
Oh.
The next chakra is right at your belly button, and that's the sacral chakra. The color is orange. This is a carnelian. It's a really pretty color. And so for women, this is our reproductive health. This is literally where we create, like we bear children there, right? But it's also where it's our creative center, art and writing and anything that we're doing creatively. And this is where we process emotions or don't. This is where we decide how we're going to deal with the emotional piece. And the other thing that can get stuck there is significant female relationships, like mother, grandmother, sisters, that kind of thing. So if there's any dysfunction there, it can cause a lot of issues. And that also affects the digestive system. So female reproductive and like digestive issues. So a lot of people have, you know, all the itises, colitis and diverticulitis, all these inflammatory bowel and digestive issues, and it often
that's why I asked. Sorry to jump the gun before. Yeah.
No, that's great, because you can use crystals, you can use energy work to clear all that crap literally out. Because often we hang on to things, we bring them in, we stuff them down, and our body absorbs it, and then we can make ourselves really ill by doing that if you keep doing it over time. All this stuff has to be brought out and released, and energy work is a nice gentle way to do that without going through it again. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are afraid that if they want to bring an issue up, that they have to go through the pain and the agony again. And that's not true. If an emotion comes up, it needs to be, thank you for showing me that. And then let's work to release it so that it isn't reabsorbed in the body, because that's going to affect your immune system and make you ill over time. The 7th chakra is the root chakra, and you're literally sitting on it right now. So it's between your pubic bone and your tailbone. And the color here is red, and it's called the root. And this is a red jasper, and this is a garnet. It looks black, but it's actually has a dark red. And this chakra is super important because this is our will to live and survive. Family, money, security, any abuse issues will be felt here. And it affects, you know, how you're going to be projecting yourself to the world and how you bring in wealth. You can if this chakra is blocked, it's actually going to block your finances as well, which is not fun. So this is a center for male reproductive health, anything to do with skin, genitals, that kind of thing. Any health issues with that. And we bring in earth energy into our root to nurture ourselves. So it's a super, super important chakra. And then the last chakra we're going to talk about today is the grounding chakra. So it's about 4 feet below your feet. And the color here is black. You can use browns, greens, anything that's earth-based. This is a black tourmaline, one of my favorites. So black tourmaline, it's for grounding, protection, balance, and it also helps to protect us from all the EMFs and all the other energy waves that are present in our environment. And it's just a lovely grounding stone. Okay, so an easy way to work with your chakras is to, like, for example, wear a chakra bracelet so that they're all represented. You can, this one actually has lava stone, so you can put aromatherapy oil on it. So it helps to keep you balanced. We sell chakra stone sets, which are little, you know, pocket stones. You can put them under your pillow, keep them in your purse. Sometimes put them in the kids' backpacks to help them at school. There's so many uses. Even just having them in the space, like I have them in my office, I have them on my desk and in my home. They all have their, like I have quite a collection at home. It's pretty big, but I just pull from how I'm feeling that day and what do I need today. Because they all help to clear, they all help to keep our chakras balanced, and then that keeps us healthier in the long run. And we also have another tool. We sell a chakra affirmation deck, and I just pulled one from each chakra. So for the root, I am stable, safe, and secure. I am rooted in life and in myself. So it's just a positive way to start the day. And, you know, there's the colors are specific to each chakra. So if it's sacral, I feel joy and happiness flow from me. So we want to bring in white light, bring in earth light, and then radiate out love and kindness into the world so that it impacts everyone in our environment. For the solar plexus, I accept and value myself exactly as I am. So that's really like loving ourselves and going, yeah, I'm awesome. Because we need to step into our power. We shouldn't be letting other people, you know, make decisions for us or push us around when we know it's not resonating with our truth.
Yeah.
For the heart chakra, my heart flows with loving kindness and compassion. Our hearts can heal everything, literally. That's where we manifest from. That's so everyone talks about the brain being so powerful, but the heart is much more, like 50,000, I think, times more powerful.
Wow.
In terms of frequency and really manifesting things. For the throat chakra, I express myself freely and easily with clear intent. And it's the light blue color.
Okay.
For the third eye, I use my imagination for positive creative purposes. So it's important for our chakras to be balanced. So we want them to be about that big around when we look at them with a pendulum. What I've been finding throughout the pandemic is that they're more like this big around, which means that everybody is just taking in way too much information and feeling really overwhelmed,
Bombarded and anxious
exactly.
and
So then
anxiety. Yes.
exactly. So your anxiety and stress levels go through the roof. You become ungrounded, and you're basically walking around in survival mode, which isn't healthy in the long run.
Wow.
And then for the crown chakra, I'm in total harmony physically, mentally, and spiritually. So it's really finding a way to connect all the dots. If we can keep our chakras open, but just enough, and keep the energy flowing back and forth through us, we'll be far healthier in the long run. So the overwhelming thing I've been finding is that people's throat chakras are shut, and then everything else is blown. The chakras are like wide open through the pandemic. So things are starting to improve when I see people now, but yeah, it takes a few sessions sometimes to get them. We can usually get them balanced in one session, but in order to maintain it, it usually takes a few, and then we work on the deeper issues through Reiki.
Wow.
To release what's in the background, what is messing up that chakra's balance in the first place. So really trying to get to the root of it, and coming up with some practical ways for them to work through it and release it all.
And all this energy work, I just have to point out, because some people, especially I'm going to say older people, my father's in his 70s and he doesn't understand the concept of how energy, and it's hard for someone, you know, who's a little older, who's not, you know, I'm not that young myself, I'm 44, but you know, I understand this. I've been around it. I know it. You know, not everybody is aware. So could you explain that concept of how this can work through here, through Zoom, through the radio, through the telephone? It doesn't have to be in person, hands-on.
That's exactly right. So through the pandemic, all of our energy workers are working online. So we do it through a secure video call, just like we are on Zoom right now. We can do that through our Jane app, which is available in our online booking. And energy is independent of time and space. We can send energy forward in time. If you have a special event, an interview, something that's stressful that you're anticipating is going to be hard to get through, we can send energy to that. But we can also send energy back in time so that we work on your inner child. And we can even go even further and work on generational traumas in your whole ancestral tree, and past life traumas that are affecting people now. Like, for example, I had one client She was having a really dysfunctional, codependent relationship with her daughter in this lifetime. And we were doing a Reiki session, and it came up that she's like, oh my God, I can see myself as an Egyptian woman, and my daughter, my baby died. Like, so that fear of separation, that fear of losing her has been made such a trauma way back when, that it has stuck to her through each of her lives. So we need to clear these things once and for all and get rid of them.
Yeah, a lot of us have. Now, how does it work, right? Because people think that there's something wrong with them, whether it's whatever it is, but turns out you're here trying to help them, and you realize it's deeper than that. How do you sense that it's something that can't be resolved and it's from this lifetime, it's from another lifetime? How do you just feel it? I love it. I'm looking at you like you just
That is a good question. How do I know it? It's because they're telling my guides, and
your guides,
angels are always
you're
over my right shoulder, and they're like, so the way my gifts work, I'm clairsentient, so I can feel things through my hands, even if the person's not right there in front of me. What I do is make a representation of their body with all my stones on the table, and then I work through it like a regular treatment with Reiki, where I work basically I clear out the whole body. So I can feel things, I sense things, and so I'll feel things, and I'll feel sensations in my own body, like, oh, my stomach hurts, what's going on? Like, or I will have a voice in my ear saying, this is from a past life, this is not from now. And that's called claircognizance. So I just know something. I have no idea where it comes from. I know it's from my guides and angels, but that's how intuition works. When we tap into things, we get more messages. And once in a while, I'm clairvoyant and I can see things. That is developing over time. But my primary spiritual senses are clairsentience and claircognizance.
Wow.
So a lot of people, it's always it's irritating when I go on courses with a bunch of clairvoyants who can see all these wonderful things when they meditate, and I'm like, oh man. It's harder for me to get there. I am getting better at it, but it's definitely something you have to work on.
Yeah.
It's a skill set just like anything else.
But and it's true that we all have this gift in a sense.
We all do.
We just don't know how. Some of us don't know how to turn it on and to tune in. And do you help people with that as well, tapping into their own energy, to their own guides?
Absolutely. Yeah. So as soon as and that's what I do during my Reiki sessions, I teach people how to ground themselves, teach people how to shield, teach them how to connect to their angels, to their guides. And that is independent of religion. This is spirituality. It's
wow.
Doesn't matter what religion you're from. I've taught basically students from every religion, and it's just been a universal thing, because the energy work that we're working with is the universal life force energy, which is from God, creator, universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, whatever resonates with you. It's all one in the end anyways. So each element of each kind of energy work is a different way of moving and working with that universal life force energy. None of us are absolutely, carbon copies of each other. We all relate to source differently. We all need to come back to it and relate to it our own way. So there's no carbon copy.
Got it.
There is no recipe. You just have to have fun with it and see what works for you and what does not. So that's what I love about energy work, is it's never the same thing twice.
No.
I never know what's going to happen, and it's a puzzle that we're putting together and coming up with a solution that's really going to help people move forward, move onward, live life more compassionately and with more kindness. That's what we want.
Great. Thank you. We still have 3 more minutes left. What else do you want to add, sweetheart? Want you to use our time widely, please. Yes.
Yes. So I would love to work with any of you online. We can do that through our Reiki. We can do Reiki. We do chakra balancing. Lynn can do her oracle reading, intuitive card readings, intuitive channeling, I should say. Crystalline quantum, quick crystalline energy healing. That's a mouthful. Ohana generational healing. Nancy and Lisa do emotional freedom technique and life coaching, all through our online services. So we are available to anyone, anywhere. And all you have to do is go to our website, lavenderlaneptw.ca, browse through all of our services and each practitioner, and see who resonates with your heart, like who clicks. If it doesn't click, don't do it. Listen to your heart, listen to your solar plexus, because your body, your higher self communicates through your solar plexus and your heart to communicate what's for your greatest and highest good, what is going to benefit you right now. Then we can start working on your whole life, your whole health, mind, body, and spirit. But if you go to online booking at lavenderlaneptw.ca, you pick who you want, you set up your account, and you get an email that you click it once and you begin your call. It's super fun.
Pretty cool.
And healing should be an adventure. It should be fun. It's not all hard work. Not all the time.
Well, thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
If we want to reach out, is there an initial conversation we could have?
Pardon me?
Initial conversation. If we reach out to you, is there a charge? Is there an initial, I think you offer a free 15-minute consult.
Okay, so for nutrition, there's a free 30-minute consult.
30 minutes it is. Okay.
Yeah. If you want to speak to Vanessa, our massage therapist, there's a 15-minute consult, and she can also teach you how to do some acupressure and reflexology on yourself at home. And she's amazing too. And I got a really great group.
And then I got to meet some of them in the past here. So.
Yes, we'll have to do more of that in the future. And then our life coaches, Lisa O'Gorman and Nancy Bruce, they have a 1-hour discovery call. And they'll actually do, for example, if you're after a weight loss program, they'll actually clear a food craving for you in that first call.
That's amazing. Yeah, we talked about potato chips months ago, I think. Thank you. Christine, how do we reach out to you one more time? Tell us the website.
Please go to lavenderlaneptw.ca, and you can contact me there anytime and ask questions.
Thank you so much for being here today, enlightening us more and enlightening me on the whole crystal aspect of energy healing and the chakras and how each and every one can affect and help heal and clear some of those areas that may have some stuck energy.
It is so profound. It changed my life. And I use these things on myself every day.
Thank you so much, Christine. Have a great day.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.